Welcome back to the 3S podcast, where we sacrifice for our goals and our dreams, suffer through the pain to get to our end destination, which is success. I got two of the most...
Wait, that's what that means?
Dope.
Sacrifice, suffer, success?
Hell yeah.
Damn, okay.
Hell yeah.
Good to know, yeah. I mean, now we're here, so at least
here.
I know that.
Hell yeah, now he's on. Man didn't even know, but we're locked. We got the K-Dink Daddy, and we got the Nate Henderson live.
Happy to be here. Let's go.
Guys, this has been like 8 months in the waiting. Like, the amount of butterflies I have right now, like, I'm so nervous, but let's get rocking.
Oh, yeah.
It's like shaking.
I'm shaking in my boots,
But
currently,
dude,
so.
no, like quick little intro for both these boys. I mean, Kaden ran an office. You guys were in Ohio. Absolutely
all over.
ripping. All over.
Everywhere.
This man did 2.2 as a team. Million, by the way. 2.2 million in revenue as a team with an M. One more time.
With an M,
okay.
yeah.
So he fucking killed it in the office, and then personal revenue, you did like 500 and what thousand?
552.
552. This man over here, Nate, going on his second year. That was your third year, correct?
Third year.
And Nate going on his second year absolutely fucking ripped as well, bro. You did numbers that a lot of people don't see their second year. Run them down,
Yeah, like
bro.
4x my revenue.
4x your revenue from your rookie year to this year. What was your rookie year?
I did like 50K.
And then how much you hit this year, bro?
Like 215.
215 grand in rev. That's
Dog.
absolutely absurd. Like, I don't think people get it. The door-to-door sales community understands, but that is a lot
These
of
are just
fucking
numbers
money,
to most
bro.
people.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even make sense.
No, but I mean, dudes are both ripping. So they absolutely killed it this summer. You guys did insane. How was the environment of the team? What kind of brought you to that spot? Why Ohio? Like, kind of give me a backstory about how you got there.
Yeah, so it was kind of a mess, honestly. So we figured that out beginning of March, Nate, or something, because we were at the Utah event, beginning of March.
We thought we were going like probably 5
Dude.
to 10 other places.
So we had like in November we had Indianapolis on lock, and then we switched because we figured out we weren't going to be selling for Hawks. We're going to be marketing. I was like, cool, whatever. Switched to Hartford, Connecticut. I was down with that. Like up north seems like super cool. I have a bunch of buddies that kill it up there every year. And then we were promised Philadelphia, like promised.
We were
And so
hyped for that one.
I was pumped for that one. Yeah, I heard it's like unlimited laydowns, like just it's free out there basically.
Yeah.
And then got told last minute we're selling in Columbus. And Braden, our VP, he was like, "Yeah, you guys are selling in Columbus. Your marketing company's called like EnviroGuard or like Pest Guard or Pest Shark or EnviroShark, Bug Shark is what it's called."
X for
So,
a second.
Yeah, brand new company. Like went out there and like there was just so many left hooks throughout the whole thing that like put me in a position to where if anything I had to succeed because I knew that increased the chances of everyone else succeeding too.
Come on.
Yeah.
How about you, dude? How'd you kind of like the environment? You guys are in the same area, bro.
I mean, it was sweet.
I think this man was guiding you.
Yeah, when he said that we marketed for a company called Bug Shark,
Yeah.
brand new office that was in Columbus. So we were the customers that they had. I mean, any customers they have right now are from the
Us.
Columbus team that went out there. So like the first ever deals that branch had or had serviced were coming from Kaden's team. And so yeah, I think that just came with like a lot of left hooks. But Columbus was sweet, bro. Like the city, love that city.
Oh yeah. Shout out C-Bus.
And I feel like in any market you get like a feel for the people, like how they react to things, what makes people buy and what market. And I feel like Midwest people are like the people there in Ohio. They all act kind of similarly. And that was a sweet market. I think we all crushed it out there. It was tough to start, just like anything else, but got the groove.
Dude, that's crazy. So me and Kaden kind of got a story. I mean, he's been mentioned in quite a few pods, whether it be the Jay Slang podcast on
Yeah.
you guys already know, on
Shout
the
out.
3S pod with RMS. But what kind of got you in the door of doing door-to-door sales, like personally, in order to like get to where you are now? Like what made you really be like, okay, door-to-door sales is it? How'd you get presented that opportunity?
Yeah, that was a good pun by the way. Got in the door. I saw that. It was January of second semester, my last semester, I guess, of high school. So senior year, we had just gotten back, and I remember I'm sitting in my like 2009, 2010 or something Chevy Malibu that I had at the time.
Yep.
We're sitting in Sonic
remember.
like we do, bro. Like just chilling in Sonic because that's all there is to do out here. And I get a text from one of my buddies. I wasn't like super close with him, but his name's Tyson. Shout out Tyson. I was actually on his TikTok live last night sending him gifts and shit. But he just texted me and like literally all he said was, "Hey, I have this opportunity in Chicago this summer. It's like a sales internship. Do you have any plans this summer?" I was like, no, like not. I didn't really. I mean, I had a couple like media gigs lined up, but nothing like insane to where I wouldn't like miss it if it was important enough. So I got on a call with his buddy at the time who was also his manager, who was also soon to be my manager, named Trey. And I was like, this sounds cool. My mindset going into it was like, I've never heard of this, but that was the best part about it to me, because everyone around me that would have, like, you know, if they did it, I would have heard about it from them. It's not someone I want to be like. And so it was something that was so random, so out of the blue. Like, I was the first person to do it on like a, I guess, high level, you could say, in Hayes.
Yeah.
And it's a town of 40,000 people, you know, like, you would think someone would, but they hadn't. And so it was just nothing I had heard of. I had no education on it, and I really had nothing to lose. My main, like, career path at that time was sports media. And if you're top 1%, like working for Overtime, ESPN, bro, you're making like $70K. Yeah. And like, I got some like high spending habits. So I knew it had to be a little bit more than that. Just went out, took the risk. I was the youngest in the office by 2 years. And then from there, like, I honestly did not want to come back. I told one of the managers in the Chicago office at the time that it didn't matter what deal they offered me, what commission percentage for this next year, I would not come back. I wouldn't, no matter what.
Yeah.
And then first week of July, I had a 20K week, which, like, again, that's just a number to most people, but that's a phenomenal week for a first year rep, especially like with how young I was, the position we were in, just how like negative the office was. There's a lot of things, but I had that week, and that's what made me realize like I would be foolish to not come back and see like what my potential even holds. You know, like it would have just been doing myself a disservice if I just cut it right there at the end of the summer. It was like, cool, I did well. I don't want to see how much better I can do. I don't want to see how much I can grow in this, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, right now, I get presented with new opportunities every single day. My DMs are filled up. I run into a guy on the doors who runs a company, whatever it is. Like, I see a lot of positions, like a lot of random opportunities. I can't print money the way that I am now and have the impact on people that I have now doing anything else. Like, I wouldn't do anything else in the world with my time at this point in my life.
Dude, that's huge. I mean, your story's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I think something that's really crazy about like both you guys is like your perspectives that changed from going to where you were to where you are now specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It's like once you engulf that mindset, you can't do anything else.
Can't.
Like, you can't.
I don't want to make anything an hour. There's no way. Hourly
no,
pay, bro? No shot.
Dude, no, it's wicked. So your journey from getting to where you got, opening that door,
Mm-hmm.
amen, to now, it's just something that's pretty absurd. And let's talk about freaking Nate. Let's get a little bit of a backstory on you, dude. I mean, we were in a lot of classes together as well.
Yeah.
I mean, where did you kind of come from in the sense of, okay, I saw this opportunity with Kaden, and how did that kind of morph you into where you are now? And kind of give me a little backstory from what kind of changed your perspective from doing what you thought you were going to do to now what you're doing.
I mean, similar timeline, dude. It was in the first semester of my senior year, bro. But I was doing like I had my DJ business. Like, a lot of people that know me, they know that I had the DJ business. And I love doing that. But Kaden, I was one of the first guys he called, actually, like when he got back to Hayes.
Yeah.
And he told me, he's like, dude, I just got done with this. You know, this is what I did. Kind of gave me like a brief summary of his summary. He's like, you'd be really good at this. Like, I think you should hear it out, or like maybe think about this opportunity. And I at the time I was like, no, I have a bunch of stuff booked for this DJ. You know, my DJ business, I was planning on going to college. But I was like, all right, all my friends are doing it. You're doing it. And I was like, all right, yeah, like, I mean, might as well. Like, well, let's see what this is about.
Yeah.
And quickly, I just got obsessed with it, dude. It was just super fun. I mean, school was never like my main thing. I always liked it. I always liked the social aspect of it. But, I mean, I got into it a lot. And then, you know, we had a rookie summer together. And
Yes,
I went
we
on
did. Shout out.
blitzes before. And similar story, dude. Like, my first summer, it was tough. You know how Lauderdale was. I mean, I was out there knocking doors 2 days after I graduated high school. And just like spit out in Fort Lauderdale, just like knocking on people's doors.
Knocking on their doors.
But I mean, I thought that I had big goals going out to that summer. I trained with Kaden every day. Like, I was so locked in that I thought I was going to go out there and just, you know, make $1 million.
Oh, you're going to cream it, bro.
Man,
yeah,
bro.
it's going to be so easy.
Yeah.
2K.
And I think everybody has that mindset at first. Like, how hard can this be? Like, I'm going out there.
Straight
you and
up,
I had
Most
goals.
definitely.
We were
Straight up.
thinking, like, all right, we're going to go out.
Dude, we're dogs.
300K my first summer.
Cake.
You know,
I said, like, what was my
275.
goal? Like, yeah,
275.
275 was my goal, bro.
Uh-huh.
go out.
Hell
like,
no.
Just fall straight on my face, dude. Like 50K, didn't make a bunch of money, and I don't know. After the summer had ended, I felt like kind of defeated, but I really looked at it and I was like, I have so much potential. Like, there's no reason
So
I can't
much.
be good at this. Like, the opportunity is still really good. I just need to perform a lot better. And so I think I was just like a lot more committed my second year, and we had a really good crew too.
Paid off.
Yeah.
I think something that was huge too that these guys have both talked about, kind of we were having conversations about it when they got back, is just the environment that you guys created was a lot more conducive for growth.
Oh, yeah.
A lot more conducive for actually putting yourself to a beneficial position rather than the toxic environment of toxicity and how hard it was mentally on us when we were all in Lauderdale. Because I did my rookie summer was actually with Nate, both of our rookie summers. I was there. I did like 50K in like what, 2 months,
6 weeks, maybe 6 8 weeks,
6 8 weeks, something around there, around 2 months. I did 50K. I mean, I was ripping. I was doing very well. But for me, it just wasn't something that I really felt passionate in. And I mean, I got absolutely cooked, like burnt out the ass in doing door-to-door sales. It was like there wasn't love for it for me. What I do now is something I really enjoy. And it's like Kaden said, it's like I was cutting hair, running my business in my garage when I was in high school. So these boys both been to the garage cuts. They already know what's going on in the garage. But so like for me, that was my love. And to see what they have created with that, it's like, dude, I always tell people there's no person better for doing door-to-door sales than this motherfucker right here. Like he's made for it. Like that's what he loves. And to see his passion in that is like, it's so beautiful. And to see his passion in that, so beautiful because they both came from a background of businesses. You were doing your media business. You were doing your DJ business. I was running a barber business. So all of these mindsets go into what you love, and creating that is all stemming from where you guys grew your foundation from. So you couldn't have got there without taking advantage of the opportunities in doing media. You were selling yourself every day.
Right.
And then so having something new for you, like, correct me if I'm wrong, just brought a new, like, inspiring thing, like, oh, dude, and you were kind of curious about it, right? So it's like, that changed your life. Same thing with you. It's like we were going in on that together, and I think that was something that was really cool, just the amount of camaraderie and the people skills and the understanding of business, selling yourself is something that you can't get anywhere else other than door-to-door sales. Like, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. And I think that's something that I just really, really like. But what were some of the stories for both of you guys this summer that, like, really made you understand that, like, hey, I can really continue to go to the next level? If it wasn't this summer, one of your summers, like, when was that just, like, turning point for you that was like, okay, I did this, now I can keep going? Because you said one of them was in Chicago, but
yeah. So there was honestly from year 1 to year 2, like on paper, I did 110K my rookie year in Chicago in 11 weeks, and then in Fort Lauderdale, I did 242 sold in like 23 weeks. My averages didn't really go up. I didn't become that good of a sales rep, and like I was gonna say, but I didn't want to interrupt you. Like Nate was talking about how he like was training with me every day, and like he had these high goals. Bro, he was trained enough to hit them. He was trained enough to hit them. It was just straight up the culture weighing him down. It's like, you guys got to realize when you're going through a full 3, 4, 5 month summer of just straight getting shit on, and the people around you are embracing that, talking about how much it sucks, dude, it eats at your mental. Like, people do not understand. But I think this summer was this summer I had the most growth in myself as an individual, like just overall. But there was a point we had just so we started in Charlotte. We started May 20th, or March 20th, excuse me, in Charlotte. And then we left Charlotte the 26th of April. So a little over a month there, got to Columbus. And this was like our second or third week of Columbus. I had my worst day of the summer, I'm pretty sure, that day. I sold like 2, which isn't like crazy bad. It's not like I sold 0, not like I bageled or anything, but I sold 2. The team did a little under 10K that day. A good day for us was like 30, 40. Like we were ripping for a while because we only had 10 guys, so you average that out. Like it's phenomenal averages, but we did like less than 10K, and I did like 1.8, like less than 2K that day. And I was just mentally at my lowest. Like I had no clue. The whole day I started getting this thing in my head of it's like, am I even qualified to run this team? Like, do I even offer enough value to these guys for them to be able to succeed? All the success that I promised them is like achievable if you do X, Y, and Z. Like they're doing X, Y, and Z, but is that even real? Like they need a leader. I don't know if that's me. Like I just started questioning my identity and like who I was and like the position I was put in. And I copped on a call with the dude that I ran Charlotte with in April. His name's Eric Conche. Same age as me, but he's done a summer longer because he started when he was 16. Crazy. Yeah. But hopped on a call with him and then our VP, and they both said like similar things, but they told me to get on my notes, write down 3 questions, 3 columns, and answer them tonight by myself and like actually think about it. How can you best serve your people? What are you currently doing to serve your people? And what do you think you're doing to serve your people right now? And you basically explain that like as a leader, you give yourself a lot more like credit than you're actually due, just because you're the biggest fan of yourself. Like you want yourself to succeed the most. You've seen all the work. Like you're just naturally going to think you're doing the best that you can. In reality, it's not true. And you find moments like that, like when for you, if there were to be like, you know, a bunch of people watching you, you probably have one of the best cuts of your life because there's pressure on you.
Oh, yeah.
And like you have to grow in that moment.
Yep.
And that's what that moment was for me. The next day I put up like 2 or 3 in the morning. I went and I shadowed everybody, and I like up to that point I hadn't seen what it looks like to be a successful manager, actually understand how your full office feels as individuals and not as a group, and actually be able to tailor my training, my advice, everything about how I organize the office, the summer, like to them as individuals rather than a full group, and just doing things that like, you know, work on 80-90% of people, work on the majority of the crowd. Like I wanted to make sure that I was tailoring to everyone's needs specifically. And that quote, just like that little saying, like just stuck with me. How can I best serve my people? If I didn't know where to spend my time, like that's what I was going to, and whatever I thought the answer was, that's what I would do. And that just got me to see a full different level of what's possible with like management and leadership. And all, dude, by far, hands down, it is the most rewarding thing I've ever seen. Not only like I put in a lot of work, I had a lot of success, that's great. But if you can coach, you know, 8 to 12 people, sometimes even like 20, 30 for bigger offices to do the exact same thing, and they have the exact same success that you had, and they have the exact same love, the drive, the passion that you have, bro, it is the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life.
Amen. I mean, it's the epitome of everything. You said a lot of things that I just think really stuck with me, and I know Nate resonates with probably everything that you said, because he was you were training this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're like straight up.
He was going through it with me.
Yeah, straight up, thugging it out. But I think a lot of people forget that there's a lot more things that are way more beneficial than just money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that's so huge about what you said. It's like, how can I serve?
Mm-hmm.
How can I serve the people around me? And something that's really similar with what I do is like, I am serving people. I am a service-based job.
Yeah.
I have to provide something for that person, able to get a reward out of it, right? And for you, that reward is having them absolutely crush it, not bagling that day. Whatever that goal for that specific person is, that's your reward to them. And you have the ability, and you get to lead these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that's
Such
really
a privilege
beautiful about that. It's like a lot of people don't understand the mental state, the mental toll, the respect that you have to have for others and yourself, honestly, to lead people like that. And I think a lot of people don't see that in you. And I think that's something that I think is really, really awesome about you, because a lot of people see the surface level of Kaden and they don't understand what's actually going on.
Me like flexing on the gram and shit, like.
Yeah, but it's like there's a lot that actually goes in behind the scenes. So like for you, what was that turning point for you, whether it be in your first summer to this summer? Where did you, Nate, kind of pull that, oh shit, like this is where it's at, this is what's going to work? Like,
I mean, I think so Kaden started off by saying that we started in like Charlotte. So our first month of the summer, which is called preseason, it's in April. Okay, that's when everything starts up for the summer, and we knocked with another office, and we were just in one big office with Eric Conche's guys, like he was saying.
Bunch of Mormons.
Yeah, Eric Conche, shout out, what a stud. Huntington helped run that office, and I think they had a great culture, like one that we were trying to kind of replicate because of how positive it was, and how, I mean, negativity just like was not a thing in that and their culture at all. And I think that starting in April super strong and with really good energy, and everyone was kind of in it together, I think that kind of propelled us like into, you know, our move to Columbus, because especially with how kind of tough it was when we first got out to Columbus, it would have been a lot more tough, I think, if we didn't have a really great start to the summer. Yeah. And we took a lot away from like Huntington and Eric, just because they've done it a little bit longer than us. And so I think that helped out a lot. And then I think when we got into Columbus, like Kaden said, I mean, he was just trying to serve his guys. And then I think when everyone started selling better, because I mean, I started selling better, you know, probably come June, and then, you know, as we were moving into July and May, I didn't really sell that well. But I think it was when everyone was bought into that culture, and so everyone was putting up numbers because they knew that everybody else around them was also going out there to put up numbers. Everyone else was working as hard as they could, not just for them, but because it was a team. It was a team effort, I guess, if that makes sense. So everyone was showing up every single day, and then I think when everyone kind of when we kind of got down to our core group of guys, and you know how that is. I mean, people fall off, and some people aren't the best for the culture, things like that. And so I think when we got down to like that final, you know, 8 to 12 guys that we had towards like the last couple months, everybody there was pumped to be there, super positive, and wanted to win really badly, but with the people that they were around. They wanted
Yeah.
to see everybody that we were, selling with sell really well and win too. And so I think when you look at our numbers as an office, everyone kind of hit this big curve. And I think it was when we got our culture, it was when the culture was the best, which is, all stems from Kaden, like he was saying, just like seeing how everyone felt individually. And then I think it just all clicked when everyone was bought in for the culture and just kind of doing their part.
I have a question for you, Nate.
Yeah.
And it's about Kaden over here. I think that's something that's awesome. You've talked about it. Oh God.
Oh,
what are we
man.
getting into? How do you feel that Kaden has grown, like on his level and his journey to getting to where he is? How do you feel like his leadership skills, his mentality, like his understanding of sales, and how do you feel like that's reflected onto you as an individual?
That's a good question.
I mean, as far as sales go, I mean, Kaden, we all see his numbers. He's crazy. He's really good at selling. I think that, watching his growth in selling was sweet. Like, it was insane. He was putting up insanely big numbers all the time at a really consistent level, that's the most impressive part when someone's selling really good, or I guess when someone has a lot of skill. But I think the majority of his growth came this summer was just like as a leader, because I think there was like early summers, early May. Kaden was going out there to put up numbers to show everybody that like it's possible to do that.
Yeah.
But at times, like, because he was so good and because everyone else was kind of struggling, sometimes it felt like the Kaden Dinkel show.
Yeah.
The team would go out and as a whole do 15K and Kaden had 8K of that. You know what I mean? And so it was just like, his growth was just when like it definitely switched. Like Kaden was just like, went from really focusing on like just selling fat for himself, and just like more just investing into the team. And then I think that also just made him sell better because everybody else was too.
Amen.
And so I think that there's so much growth every summer. Like for me, it was in sales, quadrupling, my numbers from the previous summer.
Yeah.
But for him, it was with leadership, because he had maybe 5 guys finish that he wasn't fully managing. Trey was our kind of in charge our rookie summer. And he didn't have a whole lot going on. Your second summer, you're just out there to rip.
Yeah.
And then this summer, he just ran the show by himself. And that's definitely where he grew the most was leadership.
I think that's awesome, bro. Shout out. A little bit of flowers. I think that's great. And then kind of to the flip side to that, like, how do you think Nate has grown in his journey? How has your perception of him and your guys' like camaraderie, your relationship grown? And that, how have you seen him continue to produce and put out from where he was to where he is now?
Yeah, I think it's like, there's obviously a lot of things. Like, I could go into this for probably hours if I really, really wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just like I like how I perform best is I only like surround myself with people that are involved in my craft. Like whether that be an athlete only hanging with his teammates or like us or me only hanging with my guys and like my people around me or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've just like, since Nate, like when he was talking about how he used to always come over to my house, he was training a lot. Like, again, he trained to be able to put up the goals that he had set for his rookie year. But him and I literally spent like every single day together. And so we obviously spent a lot of time together through the summer because we're out there together. Yeah. And then after the summer, it's like that kind of just carried on. So it was a habit. And so Nate has like, I think there's a good like middle ground you can find with this, but it's a blessing and a curse because he gets to know a lot more things before I did when I was like, at my career length that he's at right now, just because he's around me so much. Like whether or not he was involved in this, like that's my best friend. I'm going to tell him everything, like what I'm getting paid, how like this certain stuff works, things that just like blow my mind about this job, which a lot of times probably aren't things that he should know until he's in like a full leadership position. I think if he like is overeducated, he just starts like taking on responsibilities that he shouldn't have at that point. And like as a second year in the position that I was in, the position he was in, the position you would have been in type shit. But
we still raking it in. All right.
Your personality trait is called a rabbit. Like your whole goal is to go out there and rip. You don't have a lot of manager responsibilities. You usually don't have a lot of guys. You probably didn't train them a whole lot leading up to the summer. You don't do a lot of like housing stuff. You don't really do much besides go sell. Your whole job is to prove it's possible. If you have 5 experienced guys that are ripping, 5K days in an office compared to 1 makes a really big difference in the full team's production. And so when he has all these responsibilities, there was actually a point I kind of like demoted him in the office a bit, but because he had like area access, so he could assign certain reps. Yeah, he could assign certain reps area. He could assign himself other area. He could like switch area, whatever. Like he could do anything that I had access to as well. And him and Jace both had it, and it both got taken away from him like end of May because they were like, Nate wasn't really a whole lot. Jace, to be honest, he was like jumping hoods sometimes just because he knew that he had the ability to. So he'd go into a hood. He's like, okay, this kind of looks like, if you go into a hood thinking like this might be ran through, if it is, I'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You're not all in on that area. You might as well just go somewhere else in the first place that you can be all in to start with. You know, that's
mentality, yeah.
Exactly. That's how you make it happen in an area. But I think the biggest growth that I saw with him, like this summer specifically, was just like being able to see that overseeing view, because it was literally just me, Jason, Nate, Chase Schmidt. Like the vets that I had, it was a lot less than what I was expecting, and so that kind of threw me for a curveball. That's why I got like thrown in that position of like I have to make it happen.
Yeah.
But it was also like I obviously, like if you paid me, I still would never, I wouldn't redo it. Like I'm more than happy for how the summer turned out. Like I'm super proud of myself, all the guys, but it was literally just the guys that finished Lauderdale. And so I kind of got to bring all those guys up and just have them see like what it is from my perspective, what I'm going through. Like they knew everything that I was going through besides like my emotions. I kept those to myself really, really well this year, but they knew everything that I was doing, all the tasks that I had, what they were going to be, you know, held accountable for the next year. Like I'm very transparent with that about my guys, because I think I grew into a position to be able to run my own org just because I was so aware my first and second year. Like, okay, in Chicago, Simo's first year running office, he did this. That made the people act like this. It got really negative. Let me just not do that kind of thing. Like, I can just patch mistakes without even being trained on it because I saw them unfold in front of my own eyes. And I think it's stupid for people to see that, not fully be aware of it, repeat the same mistake, and you know it has the same price tag on it. That costs you something. And as you scale up in this job, the mistakes that you make have way larger repercussions. Oh yeah. That could be me spending an extra 40 grand on housing when I didn't really need to at all, and I just lose money like that. Or that could be you being in your first couple of days of the job, you know, you say something that you shouldn't have, and if you would have said it the right way, you would have gotten 10 more seconds with that person. Like the consequences just elevate, and so I'm trying to make sure that these guys don't repeat those. And I think this year I saw Nate like scale up a whole lot and kind of just be like by my side most of summer. Like it was super cool, really good dynamic we had.
That's huge, bro. I mean, the relationships that you guys build doing this is something that I think a lot of people don't really think about. They're like, oh, I'm just going to go chill with my boys. Nah. And it's like, nah. Like, absolutely not. Nah. Like, a lot of people don't understand. It's like it takes a different mental fortitude in order to do these things. Like, regardless of if you're doing even, like, knocking doors, whether you're running your own business, no matter what it is, it's like your mentality has to be different if you want to be in the top 1%. Mm-hmm. And I know these guys want to achieve greatness. Like, that's all we talk about. And Kaden said something that was really, really good, too. It's like, I'm not going to surround myself by people who aren't in my team. And I think something that's really awesome about the relationship I have with you guys and the relationship I have with a lot of other young people is that more now am I surrounded by people who are making well into the six figures, like that are in their 20s. But it's like so funny because I know you guys see it too. It's like the flip side of that. Oh yeah. Like the amount of people who are so stuck in their mental state and their mentality and their detrimental ways. And it's like, it's not even to say you can't have fun. It's just to say your entire perception of what reality could be is just a fallacy. Yeah. Like it's so not true. And I think something that's really awesome about what you guys do is that you guys are so delusional, and delusional in a great way, to the fact of what you can achieve. And I always tell people you have to be delusional. Like you have to almost be in a fever dream of what you can accomplish, and then you have to figure out how to take action. And something that I say, and I say this like quote a lot, it's success's only stipulation is for you to make a choice. Nobody else is going to make that choice but you. And like something I've realized in all the time that I've put into my thing, like transitioning from doing door-to-door sales and then transitioning now into doing day trading, whether it be running my own business, traveling and marketing, as well as like doing a lot of the social media side, managing my team. List goes on. Stuff done. Yeah, it's like on and on and on and on. It's like all of the other stuff that's getting done in my life. It's like I learned the foundation of a lot of that from door-to-door sales. And a lot of people like look at what I've done. They're like, oh my goodness. Like, yeah, I had skills before, but what really opened my eyes to it was knocking on a door, getting told to fuck off about 600 times a fucking day, bro.
Getting looked at like the scum of the earth.
Oh my God.
Bottom of the totem pole. Yeah.
Like the worst, bro. And a lot of people don't understand that you build your mentality through the hardship. And that's everything that you guys said. That is literally the epitome of what you guys said. You said people are falling off. The mentality that people have, if they are there, it's going to bring everybody down. You're getting fucked on all day, knocking doors, and yet you guys built something and learned something in the toughest points of those like circumstances. And I think that's really, really crazy, like that you guys went through that. But how does the mentality and the mindset for both you guys like translate into the quote unquote real world, and how did that change your perception of other people's views on things? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
you want me to go?
Yeah, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of touch on what you said about how, I mean, you spent like 2 months knocking doors, but like even just like those 2 months that you spent knocking doors taught you so much, and that you still use like different skills that you got from your 2 months of knocking doors, and just your the things that you're pursuing now. As far as just like the best skill that like I feel like this job gives you is like, I mean, it is hard. Like it sucks. Like it's a pretty shitty job if you just look at it like no sound and whatever. If you just like followed someone around with a camera all day that is knocking doors for 9 or 10 hours a day, it looks pretty awful.
Yeah.
But I think when you're out there with your best friends, and then when you're like, again, kind of like just like delusional about it, like the mind is such an awesome thing because you can just like gaslight yourself into just loving it. It's like someone's telling you to fuck off. It's like whatever, you're singing like a Taylor Swift song, like walking off their front porch, and you're just like, you're just making yourself be positive. And I think it's all about self-belief too, right? It's like, it doesn't matter how many people tell you no, like you just know in your mind and in your heart that you're going to go find somebody that's going to tell you yes. And I think that I could use that literally. Anybody could apply that to anything in life. You know what I mean?
Anything.
So, when times are hard, when you're getting your teeth kicked in, and you just have that grit where it's like, it doesn't matter. Like you just believe, so staying positive about it, and you just know what you're going for, you're going to get there.
How do you think that changed your mental state on how other people view things? Like, let's take the mediocre or like the middle class of people and their thinking. How did that kind of change your perception on saying, hey, this business shit's for me, and versus how they kind of view it, like view the world?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I guess as far as just like my mindset on like why I'm doing door to door right now, and why I don't want to go down like the traditional path is just like I like to be able to just decide like how much I'm worth, and I feel like I have huge goals, and I don't want to ever get in a spot that I'm comfortable. Like I like this job because of how uncomfortable it makes you and how it just forces you to grow so much.
Yep.
And I went out and made great money this summer, but it's like that's just pretty much what I sold $215K. That's pretty much just a number that shows how my skill level, I guess, of this summer.
Yeah.
And that's like just, I guess, what I'm worth, and that's like what I worked for. Next summer I'll work harder, and my skills will improve, so I'll be worth more. And so I like just, I guess, if that makes sense. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but just being able to just choose my own worth and value, and how much like I think I need to get paid, and the type of life that I want, like I can achieve. It's just all up to me. That's what I love, and I don't think that the traditional path is bad by any means. Like what's cool about people that go to college and they get their job that's like a 9 to 5 is like at 5 o'clock they clock out.
Yeah.
They go home. They can hang out, and like there's people that get a lot of fulfillment from that. They'll go home and spend it with the family.
Spend it with the kids.
They're gonna just stay in one spot and grow like that. And I think that for a lot of people that works. But like for me, I just love being on the go. Like I love having the next thing, and I love getting better, and it's never enough for me. It's like 200K. Like if you would have told me that after my rookie summer, I'd be like, dang, that's amazing. Like I bet I feel so amazing about that. Now I just wish I would have done 300K. Now I just want to go out next summer and just like triple that number,
Yeah.
And so, I guess I don't know if that answers the question.
No, that definitely answered the question too, because it's like where you are now, you are continuing to strive. It's like you can't get satisfied, you can't get comfortable with that, and I think Kaden resonates with that as well. But kind of back to the first question that I asked Nate, do you remember? He's like,
repeat it again real quick. I remember like what my answers were gonna be, but what was the question?
No, so I think
it was like what sort of like fulfillment, or how will this apply to like real life?
Yeah.
Okay.
How does this?
Doors.
What'd you say?
Just like translate your skills from the
Yeah.
doors, like, to all.
Yeah. How does your mentality and the mental state that you have, like, in what you do now, knocking doors, translate to kind of like
How's it applicable to life?
Yeah. How's it applicable to the life that you are living now?
Cool. I mean, obviously, like, I'm a biased opinion, and people are going to see this and be like, oh, he's just recruiting. Like, no. Bro, this is, like, exactly how it is. And, like, you can ask anyone. I think, I want to say this before I forget. This last weekend, or, like, a couple days ago, actually, we had a guy named Sam Taggart. He came and spoke at our event. And this guy is literally, like, the grandfather of door-to-door. He's like the neutral like ground just for all sales reps door to door, selling anything door to door.
Yeah.
He has courses for solar, roofing, windows, fucking pest control, obviously. Like he has everything. And he pointed out how he will go to these he'll pay to be at these like dinners with like literal billionaires, multi-billionaires with a B. And they, every single time he like says, like they'll go around the room like, oh, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And he'll say, I knock doors. And people will think it's funny. And they'll be like, oh no, like what do you actually do? And he'll say like, I'm serious. Like I knock doors. So he'll show him everything. And he pointed out that every single billionaire he's told what he does and like shows them what he's been able to establish. And like the route is knocking doors, thinks it's so dope. But you talk to like the average Joe, anyone in our hometown, that you kind of get a little bit of judgment. And it's like the same thing with like me wearing this watch around. Like if you are so successful, you're gonna be like, oh, that's pretty cool. This kid's pretty young. I'm sure it's like a couple grand at least, even if it's fake, whatever.
Yeah.
I show this to someone or like one of my like friends, someone I graduated high school with, like they're gonna shit on me. They're gonna say this is fake. That's so stupid. You're doing too much. Why are you wearing that kind of thing? And it's just like the amount of respect that we get is literally like nothing, which kind of goes into my first point. It's like, I think the biggest thing is when you go out and you get dropped off in your area by your manager in your first couple of days of door to door, you feel like you are nothing. You get treated like you are nothing. You have zero privilege in these neighborhoods. Zero.
They'll humble you quick.
You will get so
quick.
humbled. It doesn't matter how confident you are going into it.
So
you are
quick.
going to get humbled, and you are going to just absolutely be shaken in your boots. Like you feel so just exposed, vulnerable, weak in that moment. And being able to go through that and just prevail from it is like mandatory as a successful human being. No matter what you're doing, you're going to go through shit no matter what route you decide to take, whether that's cutting hair, whether that's being a teacher, doing like physical therapy, no matter what. Like you're going to have times where shit hits the fan. Shit doesn't do what you expected it to, and you have to start over from zero, or even worse, like you could go negative, you could go bankrupt from something, whatever it is in your life. Like you're going to go through hardships just like all of us do. And a lot of people have this victim mindset where they like expect someone to save them. As a man, never gonna happen.
Never.
Will never happen. And so I think the most valuable thing in general would be that alone, like just being able to go out there, get thrown out there, and you are just like odds are stacked against you, and you find a way to succeed, bro. That's what separates average from champions, 100%. I think the second biggest thing, which some people could argue it's first, it's like the level of maturity that you gain through a summer of door to door, just one, a singular one. And I think like for instance, whenever like I'm talking to someone, like they always tell me like I don't act like I'm 20,
Yeah.
They say I act a lot older. And maturity in my eyes, I don't know what the textbook, actually Nate, you want to look it up real quick what the textbook definition of maturity is? In my eyes, it's just like how much life you've experienced. How much bullshit have you gone through and been able to overcome for yourself to just be able to prosper and thrive and grow from that position. That's what maturity is to me. And so when you go through a 3-month summer where you could make 30 grand, you can make like an annual salary in that small like period of time because so much happens.
Yeah.
So when you go through one summer, bro, you mentally age like 5 to 10 years, depending on how you handle it, how you actually do, like how that vehicle treats you. Yeah, for sure. And then if you go into a second, a third year, you start taking on like reps, you start training people, you start like promising people success, and like you're scared if you're not going to be able to offer them, bro. It's a whole different thing, and it will put you ahead of the curve like by so many years.
Let's get this definition.
What does it say?
All right, so here you go. Personal maturity is the capacity to understand and manage one's own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors to make responsible, socially appropriate decisions.
That makes
nothing
sense.
to do with time. That's what a lot of people don't get. It has nothing to do with what?
With time.
Time.
People associate it with time. Yeah, just because they
nothing
think.
to do with, oh, you're older, you're smarter.
Yeah. Like if I'm 30 years old, I should have gone through more than, I am as a 20-year-old. That is absolutely not true. Like you talk to any 20-year-old, I will be blowing them out of the ballpark. And that's not even me just like being cocky and like having a high ego. That's just what it is because I've experienced so much. I've been in so many situations where shit goes left when I thought it was going to go right. Shit goes up when I thought it was going to go right. Like shit just happens. And no matter what your occupation is, what sort of like, I guess, purpose you feel like you have in your life, like shit is going to hit the fan. You have to be able to prosper from that. And so I'd honestly, now that I'm saying it, I would debate that's the most important thing you learn from door to door.
Yeah, it's the maturity.
You live like a lot of life in a short amount of time. You see so much life in a short amount of time. And
because you travel so much too. I think that's something that's so huge. It's like
Travel,
you're putting yourself into a position that is different every single time. And I think that's something that's like honestly helped me so much. Is it's not just the work that I've done. It's the people I've met,
The things I've
places
seen. Yeah.
Like, dude, I think it was either April. I was literally gone like the entire month of April going to different places. Like in the past 6 months, I can't even count how many places I've been. You guys are the same.
I remember seeing. I'd look at it like on my Snapchat in the morning. Remy's in Vegas. The next day is like Texas. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This dude teleported, bro. Like,
yeah,
wow.
dude, swear, just jumping on planes like they're fucking Ubers. Wait till it's my
what
private
I was gonna say
jet.
about like maturing too. Is
Yeah,
I
talk
think
about
it's
it.
around. I think it's about just like we talked about proximity earlier.
Yeah.
But I think a big maturing thing, or as far as you not sounding like a typical 20-year-old, Kaden not sounding like a typical 20-year-old, it's because I think it's just like about everyday conversations. Like my dad always jokes around. Shout out Sean. That we're in a basically he'll explain our door-to-door team as like a frat that makes money. And I think it's pretty valid. It's kind of a funny take, but it's pretty valid. But instead of
it's so valid.
Instead of every day we're just talking about the type of party we're throwing this weekend. We're talking about things that are real and important, and about we're dreaming, we're plotting, we're thinking about this or that, and
scheming like a pyramid, if you will.
Scheming like a pyramid, bro.
And I think when you're around, for one, adults, like when you're knocking doors all day long, you're talking to adult like homeowners all day long. But then also just like being around guys that are just as ambitious as you are, and like they just want to do insane things. You don't just talk about your average stuff that like a 19, 20-year-old would talk about. You're talking about huge things and like huge goals, huge dreams, and I think that comes with maturing a lot too. Just like the people you're around.
Oh yeah, I think that's everything, because every single time it's like you guys both get this. It's like I am the youngest person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like quite literally 99% of the time, the rooms that I am in, I am the youngest person. And it's like understanding that, like, bro, when I was in Beverly Hills, I was the youngest person there. Like, I was the youngest person there. I was in a mansion that was 6'8".
Probably not like the youngest person in Beverly Hills. But
no, like
in the crib you're in, yeah.
Crib,
okay, yeah, there we go.
In Beverly Hills, definitely the youngest. Straight out the womb.
Oh.
Straight up. Nah.
Damn, fresh out the box.
Fresh out the box. No, like in the house I was in like a $7.2 million crib. We were chilling there.
I didn't even know you went to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I was sick, bro. I was sick. So I was up there with some of my boys. Shout out 12 Pel. Dude, shout out Carho. Dude, dogs. Row. We were up in this crib and just having the conversations with these people. And shout out Anna Cutts, bro. She was there too. Just absolute killers in the barber industry. And these are like some top dogs. And being in a room with these people who are making so much more than me, who are on a path, it's like you said, paying to be at the table full of billionaires. Yeah. It's so funny to sit there and tell people I'm in a town in middle of Kansas and I'm charging $90 for a haircut, $105 with haircut and beard.
21, by the way.
Yeah, 21 now. Now I'm an old man.
Yeah, now you're getting up there for sure.
Hey, unk status.
That's good, bro. Yeah,
You'll
it's
be
chill.
there soon.
You're probably mature, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
you're older than me. Yeah,
older.
Bang.
It's time.
Oh, hello.
But no, I think that is something that a lot of people don't understand is the conversations you have, the Zoom calls I'm on with all the people that I am, the FaceTime chats of like whatever I'm talking about. It's always going to be something that is progressive. It's like I've been on calls all day. I was sitting on a call from 7:30 this morning until 11:45 to like this afternoon or wherever this morning technically. And then I was going from that to work, and every single conversation I had was productive and it was to a point, so I had a purpose in it. And I think a lot of people don't get that. It's like they take for granted the conversations. So all they want to do is talk about fucking bitches, getting money, how fucked up they're going to get this weekend. Like, that's all. Like, and I sit here and it's like, Nate said it very kindly. Me and Kaden, I think, have more of an abrasive take on this. It's like, I think college is absolutely, like, useless if you're not doing something that is going to put yourself into a position that is actually going to create success.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm at fuck degrees. Like, if you're going to be a doctor, lawyer, cool, great. If you're going to sit here and tell me you're going to go to school and get a business degree from a professor that is making no money, that you are then in turn going to go and try and get a job about business, when you could go out there and talk to, what are you? You're 20, 19?
Yeah, about
Okay.
20, yeah.
Child. 20, 21-year-old. Or you could talk to the people that we know, and you could continue to put yourself in a position learning from somebody who's making millions of dollars, and that's going to be useful for you. Look in the mirror, motherfucker, and wake up, because you're lying to yourself. Like, you are straight up lying, bro. Like, that's cap. Go get your communications degree. This man's leading a team, never went to college. I mean, I've spoke to multiple schools, and it's like understanding what is going to take you to that next level has nothing to do with college and everything to do with your mental state. And I'm not saying it can't be beneficial, but I am saying that there is an alternate path if you are made for that will change your life completely and has nothing to do with a piece of paper.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. What's your take on that? What do you think people's perspectives are when they have that victim mentality that this is going to help me, like the victimization of yourself? Like, what do you think about that?
It's actually like, it's a lot deeper than like people oftentimes like talk about, in my opinion. Again, like I don't know. I went to a semester of school, guys. So like I have, I'm a pretty good example. I'm a big student guy and shit. So honor roll and whatnot, but valedictorian, I was absolutely not. But I think it's like a lot of people just go to school because it's like that's what you do when you're done with high school. Like that's just what the orthodox route is, right? Like my parents went to school, or maybe they didn't, but like you're told like leading into like the end of high school, like you're going to college after this. You got to get a good score on this ACT, good score on this to be able to like get good scholarships, and like all these seeds are planted in your brain. So to you, that's just like what you do,
Mm-hmm.
And I think like I could talk about this for hours, how like school, like I've spoken on identity a lot. People are shaped to be workers. They're shaped to be like just actual employees when you're going through school. When you're going through high school, you're taught to work your way up this corporate ladder. You're going to start at the bottom out of college, but if you go to a good one, you'll probably get a good paying job and then maybe pay off your debt in, 30 years instead of 15 or, vice versa. But, I think like a lot of people just go into school because that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they think they're supposed to do. Right. They like people get viewed. I got like literally like banished from a portion of my family because I dropped out of school. And now they're big fans of what I do because I've been able to like reap success. They get rewards from it. Christmas time comes around. Like they're expecting me to hook it up now kind of thing. And it's like, again, it's just wild how perspectives flip. Like once I saw a reel, I think it was last night, but it was like everything is cringy until it works. Everything's cringy until it works, which is so true. I get like random, like I could government name drop 10 people right now that when I told them I was going out for my first summer, they looked at me like I was weird and told me I shouldn't and like tried to sway me against it, bro. And it's crazy just because they have this employee mindset, this college mindset, this school mindset, this degree mindset.
And what I think is crazy too is like I think at one time that was like the only path. Like everyone thought it's like, okay, to be successful I need to
go to college,
get good grades in high school, and then I need to go to a good college, and then I need to find a job and buy a house, and then do all those things. But I think now, I mean, a lot of people know that it is just like college is not the only option. I think a lot of people know that, and I think a lot of times people are just going to college to extend their teenage years for another 4 years. Like I don't think a lot of them are even going down that route because they think it's what's right or think that it's really benefiting them a whole lot. You talk to a lot of college kids who are like, I don't even get shit from it.
Yeah.
That is so valid. You're trying to extend that childhood, bro.
You can delay being an adult for a little bit longer. You can, have the school lunches. You can have your schedule planned for you. And
real quick, before I forget, I want to say that was my biggest hesitation in dropping out because I wouldn't have been a student anymore. I would have been an adult.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was 18. I'm not going to school. I'm not a student. I couldn't label myself as that. I didn't have that safety net, which like makes you go all in. Like you have to burn the boats, bro.
I think that's something that's really crazy too, because like he said, it's like, well, you got to think of what culture tells people. Oh, well, don't grow up too fast. Mm-hmm. Don't grow up too fast. And I'm sitting here reflecting on my life too, that like both of you guys kind of talked about. It's like you wanted to be, you had that label of being a student. For me, I got stripped of my childhood before I was even like a child, pretty much. Like I wasn't even a toddler yet. The things that happened to me when I was a kid made me realize that this is life. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't have a choice. Like for me, it was just like, this is my life. I've seen all this. All these other kids have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I could sit there and tell kids when I was in like 3rd, 4th grade about the most insane things that they never heard of. And, like, it was just crazy. I mean, none of them were, like, good.
First dude I ever saw hit a vape, by the way.
Yeah, I've never hit a vape in my life. Don't let him lie to you, bro. Cap.
So got the nastiest side eye. I don't know if the camera caught that, but anyways, go ahead, yeah.
But, no, like, so what I went through as a kid, like, I went through so much that it morphed me into who I am because I always said, I can do this on my own. I'm an adult. I don't need help. Mm-hmm. This is by myself. And that changed because it's like, I didn't have a choice for that. A lot of people grow up with this life where it's like getting told that, okay, don't grow up too fast, don't be an adult too soon. And it's like everything I had to do was be an adult. Like, it's like I had to figure it out for myself. I didn't have nobody else that was going to do it except for me. And so my entire mentality from when I was a kid to like even now, it's like nobody else is going to do anything for me but me. So the only way that I fail, quote unquote, is if I don't continue to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat there with the decision between going to barber school or going to get my college paid for. And something I said since I was a kid, my grandpa was a principal. My aunt is a teacher. My grandma was an art teacher for 37 years, 36 years.
Really?
Yeah. So
I didn't even
it's
know
like,
that.
yeah. And so it's like I was surrounded by teachers. Like same thing as kind of Nate over here. And it's like, so that was pushed onto me a lot. And the whole mentality of going to college and doing the thing and getting this degree. And I literally said from the day I was probably in like what? 6th grade, I'm never going to college unless I get it paid for. And then I had the opportunity to get full ride scholarships to go play Division like 1 football. And I sat there and I looked at them and I said, like, this isn't it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't. Like I would be slowing down everything that I have worked my ass off for.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was cutting in the garage, I was grinding myself. Bro, I was making like I was probably doing like 3K months in a garage in high school.
Yeah.
Like maybe probably more than that, to be honest. I mean, I got up to 50 and 60K or 60K, $50 and $60 for haircut and beard in a garage, and I was doing 20 to 30 haircuts every weekend and then doing probably like 15 haircuts during the week, full-time student, like an athlete.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I was grinding. And I was like, why would I stop doing this right now to go do something where I don't even know if I'm going to be doing this in the next 2 years.
And when I brought that up to my parents, like, I'm sure you guys heard this too, but I had so many adults tell me to go to school for the experience. It's like, I can do that, pay $15 to get into a frat party, or on the contrary, I can run it up with my dogs and be out on a yacht in Miami. Like, those are two entirely separate things.
Hey,
you
man.
choose your experience. You tell me. Like,
yeah, I'm good, dude. Let me go in
spend
Beverly
so
Hills
much
and go and sit in a $7.8 million crib.
yeah,
Like,
you ain't doing that in college, bro.
Go to your frat. Like I'll see.
Yeah, you got
later.
it, bro.
You got it, bro.
You got it.
You got it, dog. Do you?
People will go into like just mountains of debt too.
Oh my god.
So
for
much.
school.
So
And
much.
That's another thing is like,
Generational
just, like,
debt.
Seriously.
Let's say you're making let's say you're making like 40, 50K a year. 40, 50K. 40, 50K a year as a barber, but you don't go to school, you don't go into any debt, you don't have any student loans. When, let's say, 4 years of you cutting hair at 50K, I mean, you've made like $200,000, and the average kid that just finished like a 4-year college and got his degree is
Probably down 60 to 70,000.
Down horrendous.
Yeah.
sometimes like
Minimum.
over $100,000 of loans.
Yep.
And then, especially if you're signing on for college right now, I mean, with how like technology is going, I mean, 4 years from now, you don't even know if what you're going into isn't going to be,
Gone.
already being done by a robot, or something, just like
Straight up.
So
whatever.
real.
But I mean, I think college is kind of a scam.
No, it is for sure.
Nah, so
I wouldn't even say college, just school in general,
School
bro.
is a scam.
The person who wires you to be at such a young age is literally fucking criminal. Criminal when you think about it, bro.
So criminal. You got this kid, this little black boy that went through the craziest shit in his life, and you're yelling at him for talking too much and not sitting down in a chair.
Yeah.
Make that make sense.
Like, buddy, I'm 12. I don't know what you expect,
dude,
bro.
Yeah, I'm 12, dog. I need to be outside tackling the homies playing. Whatever. No, that was it.
I have faith in. I have belief in like education.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that there needs to be education for people as they're growing up, and especially like I have to advocate for my parents who've like devoted their life to teaching, because we have a lot of people. All of us have favorite teachers who are educators that poured into us and things like that. But I just think that. Yeah, the whole college thing, you have to go do this or else you're not going to be successful. Like as if it's kind of painted as like the only route.
Yeah.
I think it's a scam. Like,
And I think those teachers that we value are just because we got treated like human beings instead of students who are going to be employees.
Yeah.
That's how you get treated by 90% of teachers, 95 probably percent of teachers, bro.
And I think there's a difference here that you made a good distinction, because there's a difference between actually being educated and thinking that a degree or a piece of paper is what causes education.
Yeah.
I think there is a complete difference, because I'd say that I am a very, very well-educated man. I would also say that you are a very, very well-educated man, and the same goes for you. And it has nothing to do with a piece of paper.
Yeah, at all.
Everything, like you said, it's the maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has nothing to do with time. It has nothing to do with the piece of paper, and everything to do with how much you are actually putting in to see something come from it.
Yeah.
To see the fruit. And I think that that's just something that's so awesome. But I guess, like, for you guys, I mean, what else do you guys got to say to the camera, like, mentality-wise? Like, let's get to some nitty-gritty for you guys, and then
Stay
see how
Ampa.
that goes.
That's what I'd say.
That's it?
Ampa's like a Eric Conche's dude we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Spanish phrase. It's overwhelming mental positive attitude is what it stands for. It's a Spanish phrase. I'm gonna get it tattooed on me actually.
I think
I'm gonna fill this
too,
gap
first
with it.
I think I'm gonna get an Ampa tat.
So valid. Like we just be spamming it. They have Ampa and Nampa with an N. So if you're being negative, nah, bro, it's Nampa. That's all you say. You don't address it. Nothing. It's Nampa.
Like that team, I love being around them because they are just positive all the time. And if someone wants to be negative, like they will literally get flamed for it. Like I mean, I mean, stay on.
We used to be like, we would like be snorting lines of Ampa in the morning meeting. Like not actually anything, but we would like use that term in like some fucked up ways. Like, bro, I'm about to OD off Ampa. We're like shaking.
Yeah, you're like so
I'm
positive.
so on
Yeah,
it right
just
now.
positive as
And I mean,
fuck.
you knew how that was. You'd walk into the Lauderdale morning meetings like feeling pumped, like you're about to jump through a table. Or
Sometimes.
something.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But it's like, sometimes like if so, you could fucking like clock me right. You could shoot me with your gun, matter of fact.
I don't even have a gun.
Okay, you could shoot me with a gun, anyone. Honestly, no matter what the gun is, I am too Ampa to feel it, but also like I'm definitely not gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be Ampa as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that.
It's impenetrable, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
And then I'm gonna grow from that, and it's gonna actually benefit me as a human being. You know, like
Amen.
Ampa as fuck. So.
But dude, I appreciate you guys more than y'all know.
Oh, yeah.
This was something that was real, bro. This ripped, bro. No lie. I think that this is something that's so awesome is that I get some of my childhood best friends right here sitting on.
And I don't think you gave enough credit to the garage. Like that garage.
yeah.
At
That
one point
garage,
was pretty
the shop,
out.
the shop, bro. Oh yeah. Going in there in like December though, bro.
Yep, it was pretty fun.
It was cold as fuck. I'm shaking in my boots under that.
But y'all remember when I got the freaking propane heater that
No,
we definitely
bro.
lost?
But if you had a morning cut, you
It
were
was
done.
still
It didn't
cold.
matter. Yeah.
It was cold as hell.
Because it was so cold, like coming in from the garage.
It was an igloo in that bitch, bro. It was
But it
awful.
works. But it works.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
you
what it
got the
was
job done.
at the time being, looking back, like that was gas.
You know what's still crazy about that is like people like really paid me a lot of money for that experience.
Buddy, in the time you've been cutting my hair, I've probably paid you like $100 grand. Not actually, but like,
Yeah.
I would argue like 10.
He told us our time's coming
Yeah.
for a free haircut. One of these days, it
It's
could
coming.
be.
Oh,
It could be like 7 years
Yep.
from now,
Mhm.
but it
Okay.
could be like tomorrow.
It's
Yeah,
gonna feel
I mean,
good, though.
I'm gonna be Ampa and look forward to that right there instead of bashing you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No
So,
Nampa.
I'm ready
no
for
Nampa.
it.
Chill, yeah,
No
we're not being
Nampa.
Nampa.
No Nampa.
I'm ready for it too.
Nah, I'm just fucking around.
I mean,
These
anything
guys
else
don't
like
get it
you
right.
think would be valuable? Like you hear me yap all the time. Like what part of me do you think could benefit someone that's watching this?
Let's see. I think something that you do a lot that is actually really good, and it's something that seems so simple, but I'm big peer pressure guy,
Mhm.
but like I think it's so funny for like stupid things, but this man just does not let other people affect his motion. Kind of speak about that. Kind of end on that. End on the perception of peer pressure.
Yeah, I think it's like, I will say like my weakness as a man, as an individual, as a role model, as a leader, like so on and so forth, was for the longest time I couldn't control my emotions. Like I was just, I honestly started this my rookie year, but I just learned to deal with things on my own, and I think a lot of guys do that. I'm just vulnerable enough to admit it, you know, like it doesn't matter really, but I just kind of like try to deal with problems on my own. I think that's a valuable skill to have. I also don't think it's worth addressing, saying to someone that this is actually an issue, because then it becomes more of one. You know, I could go on, but for a while there would be times that like my rookie summer, I went home once and then I left the summer a week early, both those times because I had to. Like mentally, I couldn't sustain another week without getting refreshed, seeing my family, seeing the people that I missed and loved so much. And even last summer, I would argue that I had worse downfalls. Like my lows were probably the lowest they've ever been. There were 2 points in the summer at the exact same periods where I went home because I had to. And I literally got 10 grand thrown at my face at the end of Fort Lauderdale summer. Simo told me, if you stay out, I was at like 242 at the time, like I said. He's like, if you stay out and you hit 300K, I'll give you a $10,000 bonus. And I like, without even thinking, said, no way. No shot. And I think this summer I had a lot of growth in just like my emotions, who I am, who I show, like what I show affects me really. There was 1 or 2 days that like the guys that lived with me, they could tell you, like they could tell I had a bad day. And that was really just me, like kind of just not me saying something, not me addressing it, but just like closing that off to myself. And so I think I've just like established myself enough to where like these random opinions that are thrown at me, if they're negative, it's probably someone that is a lower status in life than I am, just to say how it is. And like I said earlier, like when Sam Taggart, when he was talking about how he goes to dinner with these billionaires and they're all like super curious about what he does, they ask him questions, they give him praise, they respect him, they say that, that's made known by these guys. Mm-hmm. If to the average crowd, like what we do is unorthodox, it's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, and we're not going to get anywhere in life. We have to get a real job. Like these are things we hear all the time. But it's like, I'm not looking for any sort of praise or any sort of input from the bottom 90% of the world. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at top 10. Yeah. And I only hang around people that goes back to who I spend my time with. I spend time with people that are either like on my team, someone that I'm training, someone that I've taken under my wing, or someone that's taken me under their wing, or someone like you. I literally, when I come back to Hayes, I hang out with you and then Wes Oakley. And like, that's it. And he's doing insurance sales, and I hang out with the guys that live here. Like, it's just the way that I've structured my life. Like, I've just spent so much time establishing my own peace and just
control it.
Yeah. I've just controlled my environment, the things that I even like. I don't have the bandwidth to sit here and like worry about all these things that I hear, because people talk shit for sure. Like I hear, what was that, like Drew Hansen bar, like heard all the chatter, kept every receipt, something like that. Like I literally, I hear these things and I remember them. I never let it bother me though, because again, I'm not shooting for the approval of the bottom 90%. I'm shooting for approval of the top 10. I'm shooting for mentorship from those guys, because those are the opinions that actually matter. They're where I want to be.
Amen. What are you going to say?
And I think to build on that, I think one thing that everybody that's watching this could learn from Kaden and Dinkel, and I think one thing that I've taken away from it too is just like, if you're passionate about something, just make it your identity and just make it, just be all in about it.
Yeah.
I think that what he was saying, it's a pyramid scheme, get a real job, all of those things, they weigh on people that aren't going down the traditional path. And so people would shy away, even myself. Like when someone would, ask me, oh, what do you do? And it's like my grandma's best friend.
Yeah. Oh, like, I do sales.
Oh, I do like.
Oh, I sell like pest control.
Yeah. Oh, door to door, and it's like you're almost scared to say it. I just feel like as I've matured too, it's just like no, like I'm doing this. Like this is me. Like I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear it on my chest. So like I'm a door to door salesman, and like I'm making this shit happen. And I learned that a lot from Kaden. It's just like, it's like it's an unorthodox thing. Not you don't have a lot of approval doing that, and choosing that path. You're not going to have like as much support as the person that has a bunch of scholarships and they're going to a cool school.
Yeah.
But regardless, like of what
your
you're
bank
doing
account
or what path you're
yeah for real.
Yeah, bro.
Pockets are fat too.
I will say one thing on that is like that's made it really easy, is because I went all in from the jump, bro. Like when I signed on for my second summer, it was like July of 2023, like late July. So it was after like that first week of July where I realized the potential that I had. I was like, cool, it'd be foolish for me to not at least run it back one more year. One more year, let's see what happens. And it was something that Sam Taggart again talked about when he was at this event. He was like, go all in for 5 years. Commit yourself to 5 years, because if you're at this like whole 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like you kind of want to do it, but you're not sure for X, Y, and Z reason. When people would say these things that are negative, they're doubting me. They don't think I can do it. They think I'm, this, and this, when I'm absolutely not. Like at that point, if that was my like mental status, that would affect me because I wasn't sure. But now that I'm like fully all in, I'm literally obsessed with this, guys. And like people see that on social media, like they see like I think your Instagram page, in my opinion, that's your brand, that's who you are, it's your identity. How do you portray yourself? Mine is 100% about this job and like what I've been able to do the last few years. And if someone were to follow me around with a camera on a day-to-day basis, I wake up, I run, I eat, I go to the gym, I get back, I'm on calls.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a very boring lifestyle, but it's very consistent. Day in and day out, I'm putting my nose to the grindstone. I'm embracing this. And I don't have the bandwidth if I'm worried about at the peak this last offseason. I had 132 reps at one point, 132 bodies. Imagine that. Imagine having the bandwidth to be able to spread across all those guys, show all of them love as a singular individual, but also show my parents love, my friends, and then worry about these fucking comments that are being thrown my way about these people that I don't give a fuck about. Bro, that would be the dumbest thing I could possibly do, and I'm putting my attention in somewhere that doesn't even matter.
I think that's so funny that you gave that example, because I have a similar situation, but it's a little different in my world, because I was showing the woman my Facebook. It went viral. I had a video that went viral. I mean, it did like around like 50, 60K views.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
hell yeah,
on
gas,
Facebook.
baby.
And it had like a couple thousand likes. And there were just comments, just hateful comments, just hate comments. Like, haircut looked better before, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here just...
looked better before.
Dude, no, I'll show you. I was just chuckling. Like, I was genuinely laughing out loud because I was sitting
Some of those
there.
people are funny, bro.
No, dude, so funny.
These trolls.
And I was laughing because I showed the woman and she goes, dude, like, doesn't that make you, like, really sad? And I sat there and I was like... sad? I was like, sad? I was like, I'm laughing out loud. They're talking about something that is giving me more influence, and that is also, I got paid $130 for that haircut.
Mm-hmm.
He loved it. Like, what you think and your opinion of what that haircut was has nothing to do with how that client felt. And it's like, I'm getting paid. I have to talk to so many other people. This client loved it, and I got paid for it.
Yeah.
Why would I focus all of my energy on something that, oh my God, maybe that haircut wasn't that good? Like, dude, he came to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, why would I sit here and bring down my emotional level and be detrimental to myself when I know that that has absolutely nothing to do with where I'm trying to be?
Mm-hmm.
So why would I let that influence anything on to bring down my emotions and bring down my mental fortitude? And it's very simple.
And I will say, like, the people that throw those comments towards, like, anyone that's, like, chasing something or is successful or is, like, starting to get some sort of success, like, the people that throw those comments towards me, they either A, don't know me, or B, they're not better than me. Because if someone knows me, they know the amount of passion, just the amount of pure, like, ambition that I have in what I'm doing and the trajectory I'm going in, like, the success that I've actually been able to establish when you compare it to, like, the average in this industry. But also the people that respect me, I am 100% like respectful of them, and I make it very known. And like those people just like understand the grind that I'm going through because they've gone through something similar if it wasn't exactly what I did. Mm-hmm. And it's just like they've been in my shoes. And so it's like a mentorship type of thing. And like anyone that is in a spot that I'm chasing, I've never had someone say something negative about what I'm doing or try to bash me in any way at all.
Yeah.
Ever.
Every time.
Ever.
Like this is something I said the other night, and I think you guys would both get this. It's like I was going through my book, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class, and something that it says is that
what was that again? You kind of just like
177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. That's a mouthful.
Holy.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. About hello.
Yeah. And so it was really crazy because I was going through this book, and it said that the middle class will have a almost like negative attitude towards the rich or blame them. Mm-hmm. And the world class is what it says. That's how this book classifies it. The middle class, the world class, and poverty. The poverty class. And so the middle class will have this perception of the world class as being their fault, or, oh, they're rich, or all rich people are dicks, or like some sort of negative connotation with it. Yet, from my world experience, and quite frankly, everybody else that is surrounded by me, 90% of people who are very successful are more than willing to help you in some way, shape, or form to get you there because they understand what it fucking takes. Mm-hmm.
And people that are just given success, like if you're born into an uber rich family, they don't have the characteristics of a successful person. They still have growth to do.
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't matter. And it's like everything is like money is not the only form that you use to monetize your life.
Absolutely.
Like, and a lot of people think that's like, oh, no, money, that means everything. No, money definitely can help, but it's like everything that's been said here has been, how can I progress my mental fortitude in order to take myself to the places that we're trying to go?
I will say, though, like, that usually starts with someone chasing money. Which is, it's totally cool. It's cool. But I think once you establish yourself and you actually, like, shit actually hits the fan, you're actually in the thick of it, you have to have, like, a value and a motive that is way beyond that. Way beyond that. Like, this year for me, it was making sure that these guys succeed. The bag was going to come. Like, I knew that was literally, like, it was impossible for me to not make money this summer and a fuck ton of it. I'm not going to lie, so.
Yeah. I think definitely helps, for sure. But dogs, I think that was a success.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some food, bro.
Yeah.
I think the mic's been, like, hearing my stomach go crazy and make, like, whale noises and shit. So.
Yeah, that's all right. But, no, dude, I appreciate you guys. You guys fucking killed it.
It's been 8 months in the waiting. Happy to be here.
We're live, baby.
I didn't even know I was going to be on this. But
Shout out.
Shout out. But I just want to say thank you guys for tuning into the podcast. You guys hit that follow button, subscribe, like, comment, all of the above. But you guys need to continue to push to your dreams because everything comes down to what you can sacrifice for, how much you're willing to suffer to get to that end destination.
And
which
if
is
you want to do
success.
it through knocking doors, you know who to text.
Comes
Come
with a
on now.
$2,500
Amen.
scholarship, by the way.
Yeah.
All my guys
Letter
are
of recommendation
Free
if you're in
promos, free
school,
promos.
which you shouldn't be, but yeah.
Yeah, type shit. All right, appreciate you guys. We out.